Welcome to 2025. I don't even know what car that is, but it sounds ridiculous. With all of the chaos going on in the background, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Supercars of London. Happy New Year. Hope you've had an amazing start to 2025. This is my new BMW M3, and I want to dive into my first impressions of what that is like to live with. And I took it on its maiden voyage, a French road trip with my wife, my sister, and my 7-year-old niece in the car. What could possibly have gone wrong? We've got quite a lot to rattle through in this video. Not only is it going to be a debrief on the first few weeks living with this car, I've got to head up to SB Race Engineering. Stuart wants to have a go in this car to compare it to his F-Series M4 competition. And I'm also going to be meeting up with Nick from Auto Communications because we have got to get some security on this car. Well, because I just don't want it to get stolen. Let me try and summarize as best as possible how good and bad and ugly my road trip to France was in the M3. So to begin with, 24 hours before the road trip even begun, I put my back out doing a front somersault on the trampoline with my niece. 2 vertebrae shifted to the left, loads of pressure on the disc, excruciating pain. I managed to get an emergency appointment and somewhat fixed my back. The one reservation that I had buying this car was these seats on a daily driver. Carbon bucket seats on a daily driver was not something that I was prepared for, but actually on this road trip, it completely saved my back and the entire experience. Thank the Lord. Because what happened was a train got stuck in the tunnel, down at the Eurotunnel, meaning that we were stuck on the slip road between the M20 and the Eurotunnel check-in for 2.5 hours. So I was in this seat for 4.5 hours. I had to get out and go to the toilet on the M20 because we were stuck in that much standstill traffic. We were then delayed 3 hours to go through passport control and to get onto our train that I never left this seat. And not once did my back cause me any grief. BMW have smashed the ergonomics of the carbon bucket seat. The rest of the drive was absolutely fine. I pushed on, I had a lot of fun driving this car, a perfect GT car, until the fuel light came on, way earlier than I ever thought that it would, and actually way earlier than any other car that I've done this road trip. It's a 3.5 hour drive into northeast France, approximately 350 kilometers, I would say. And I needed, driving there and back, plus a few little stops here and there to go to the supermarket, to refuel 4 times. For a daily driver, having a tiny fuel tank is a massive oversight by BMW, and one that I'm gonna have to put up with, should have done a little bit of research on, and I'm a little bit frustrated that I didn't. And I'll tell you why. Because the other car that I was considering buying instead of this, take it easy over the old cattle grid, was a BMW M5 LCI 2021, which is a massive fuel tank, huge 5.5 litre V8, and much better comfort. Have I bought the wrong car?
You know, those seats are a bit of a fall in, aren't they?
As a daily,
yeah, Christ.
it's like getting in and out is the pain.
Yeah,
Once you're in
it, it's actually all right. Yeah.
But then there's many people that I would just hand the keys to and say, here you go, have a go. But actually, coming from that car, which when I had my M3 was one of the twitchiest rear ends, especially in conditions like this. Getting into this, I just kind of want your true, honest opinion on what you think in comparison to that. Because when I first drove this, I was like, oh, it's a bit soulless. But now that I've got it... I
remember you saying about it, you know, you're like, oh, I don't know if I would.
Yeah, and here I am.
Yeah. But when I got mine, so mine was 2016, so latter half of 2016, and they hadn't done comps of, badged as comps. They were a competition car, so it's got the holes in the back of the seats and everything else.
It's a car you use a lot and have put miles on, but it's not your actual daily.
No, well, I think for the first, what's it done, 40,000 miles now?
Yeah.
And do you know what? I've never had a thing go wrong with it.
Yeah.
Probably jinxed it now, but
well, lucky you weren't SP Race Engineering.
But do you know what I mean? I think having BMWs like E30 M3s, E39 M5, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's smooth, isn't it? It's smooth, yeah.
It's funny getting almost like direct back to back, because it's been years since I had mine.
Gotcha, yeah.
And obviously fiddled around with it, suspension, that's annoying. It's got that, like, I can do this.
Oh, okay, so if you gesture. Yeah.
When I'm filming, and I use my hands, it's so annoying. But I put that really loud exhaust that you guys fitted, the Army Tricks, which was too much. Then I put the FI exhaust on. That was the sweet spot. But I want to enjoy this stock before
I think you have to, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. I love the colour. I love the spec. And it's just an evolution of the F80 and the F82.
Do you know what? Instantly, like literally just pulling out from our road, just the feel of it, the feedback, totally different.
Yeah.
Do I prefer it? I think like the thing is, as an everyday car, you want performance. We want performance. That's why we love what we do.
Yeah.
My car still feel it goads you into maybe driving how you wouldn't normally drive on your way to work. That's the problem. And I like that, but that's why my car's turned into less of a daily car now. I'm running around in a diesel estate car most of the time. Yeah. And after using it daily for quite a few years. But I think this is, I quite fancied the touring version of this.
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit old now. Somewhat, I feel like I need more space for some reason.
It's funny you say that though, because when I had my F80 M3, you had M1, M2 buttons on the steering wheel. M1 was comfort, M2 was traction fully off everything in Sport Plus, and I would frequently use M2 to be an idiot on the road, whereas in this you kind of sit into it, and the carbon seats are part of the experience.
They are they're a lot more comfort after the initial climb in and thinking, oh Christ, here we go. They are very comfortable.
But I just find myself, and maybe that's the maturity in me, but just getting in it, keeping everything in comfort mode and using it as the daily it's very good at being.
But I mean this gearbox.
It's smooth, isn't it?
It is, but it's a different style of box as well.
Yeah, completely.
But like you say, you get a bit older and you experience more things. When I first drove my car, I thought, I don't know if this is an M car with this gearbox, although the gearbox is amazing and so quick, and I think genuinely, and I've driven a manual version of that of the F series. I don't know if you're getting the best out of the car. You'd argue it's a bit more enjoyable changing gear. Yeah. Like all the manual conversions we're doing at the workshop. It's enjoyable, but is it as quick? I don't really know. Yeah. But this is an auto-based box, isn't it? It's not
exactly.
DSG box.
Which was one of my first criticisms when I drove the G series M4. Yeah. Knowing what the F series was like.
Well, I remember our conversation
when you're banging it through the gears. It feels so good in the F80. Whereas this, I'll put it back into auto now, and just when you accelerate, it feels like a computer game. It just feels like a PlayStation. Yeah. And that was where I was getting frustrated, because I wanted that feel in between the gears.
Yeah, there's always this trade-off, isn't there? With
if you just squirt a bit here just to feel the gearbox. See what I mean?
Yeah, there we go. It's squirming already.
Yeah. But there's nothing.
Yeah. See, that's a bit too comfortable, though, isn't it?
Morning, how are we?
Good morning, yes, all good, thank you very much.
Nice and cold.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's snowing on the way down. Luckily it's not snowing anymore.
So today is security for the M3.
Yes, exactly. yeah. Hopefully keep it where it's meant to be. Yeah, that's the purpose.
So we're doing Ghost, right?
We're doing the Ghost Immobiliser on this one today. Yeah.
Is that still like the number one what everyone's asking for?
It is, yeah. The Ghost is obviously just an immobiliser, so you can really go to town with your car security. Yeah. But the Ghost Immobiliser is it's effective. It works. Yeah. It's definitely one of the best fitted properly. It's definitely one of the best immobilisers on the market. When
I had it on my GTR, the peace of mind that I had going to bed at night, being like, "There's no way someone can take the car."
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's why I think Ghost for me is always my go-to. What's in here?
What is in there?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what's inside here? It's going to be something suspicious. No, inside here it's just the owner's handbook. So you get your installation certificate, owner's handbook, and obviously all your override equipment and everything.
Because when I got the Ghost on the GTR, it came with the car. I bought the car already with the Ghost, so I got told the code. I've not had an actual install done, so yeah. I just wanted to make sure. Do I keep that in the car, or is
no, definitely not. So you keep the code. So this is really important, and that's why we wrote on here important documents, because people don't realise how important it is. So basically, your important documents are your override procedure in case you forget your code. There is an override procedure which is unique to every Ghost. Also explains how to put into service mode. So when you do take the car for a service or MOTs, as I've said before, you don't need to tell people your code. Okay. Yeah, you can put it into service mode, which is all explained in this book. Right. Yeah. Thank you very much. All yours. Good to know. Right, the car is now fully secure. I'm feeling a lot more confident and comfortable. Good. That's what we're aiming for. Thank you very much. No worries. No worries. I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, nice one. Thank you very much. To finish the video off, I decided to come back to where I revealed the M3 for the first time. It has been approximately 3 weeks in ownership of this car. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm getting used to the quirks, the pros and the cons of it, but what a beautiful looking thing. And the one thing that people have said to me the most off camera is just how beautiful the paintwork is. So we have now got the Ghost. Auto Communications have smashed that. Stuart has now driven this car to give his perspective on what this car is like versus his F-Series M4 competition. And he did say, as soon as I stopped recording on the GoPro, he was like, "This is a really nice daily," which it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. A lot more adventures to come with the M3 on the Supercars of London YouTube channel. Happy New Year, thank you for tuning in, and if you've got any questions on this car or any modification suggestions, then let me know, because I'm all ears and there is going to be a lot happening to this car over the next few months. Take care guys, goodbye.